Hello. 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 Checking. Hello.
നമുക്കറിയാം, എൻട്രൻസ് പരീക്ഷകൾ എളുപ്പമായിരിക്കില്ല ചില കുട്ടികൾക്ക്. പെട്ടെന്നൊരു ദിവസം എൻട്രൻസ് എക്സാമിന് ഒരുങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ചിലർക്കത് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായി തോന്നാം. എന്നാൽ സ്കൂൾ തലം മുതൽ, അതായത് 6ാം ക്ലാസ് മുതൽ ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരുക്കുന്ന ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ കോഴ്സിലൂടെ അറിവിൻ്റെ അടിത്തറയ്ക്ക് ബലം കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ എൻട്രൻസ് പരീക്ഷയ്ക്ക് പ്രാപ്തരാക്കുക എന്നതാണ് ഈ കോഴ്സിന്റെ ലക്ഷ്യം. പ്രൊഫസർ PC തോമസ് ക്ലാസസ് ആൻഡ് ചൈതന്യ ക്ലാസസ് നേരിട്ട് നേതൃത്വം നൽകി വിവിധ സ്കൂളുകളെ പങ്കെടുപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നടത്തുന്ന ടാലന്റ് ഹണ്ട് പ്രോഗ്രാമിലൂടെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെട്ട വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് പ്രോത്സാഹനമായി ഞങ്ങൾ നൽകുന്ന ഈ സ്കോളർഷിപ്പിലൂടെ ഉന്നത വിജയം നേടാൻ കഴിയും. ഈ ക്ലാസുകൾ ലൈവ് ഓൺലൈൻ, ക്ലാസ് റൂം, ഹൈബ്രിഡ് മോഡൽ എന്നീ രീതിയിൽ നടത്തപ്പെടുന്നു.
Welcome and good evening, my dear children. Welcome to PC Thomas and Chaithanya classes. Now we have already wrote down your examination. Now we are going to discuss the answer key, also the way method of doing of physics paper. The first 15 question will be done by me. My name is Andrew Davis. And question, my comment about the question. The questions are so easy. ഒന്ന് ബ്ലോക്ക് ചെയ്യണ്ട, ബ്ലാക്ക് ഒന്ന് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് എന്താ കീ കിട്ടില്ല, കീ ഞാൻ.
നമുക്കറിയാം, എൻട്രൻസ് പരീക്ഷകൾ എളുപ്പമായിരിക്കില്ല ചില കുട്ടികൾക്ക്. പെട്ടെന്നൊരു ദിവസം എൻട്രൻസ് എക്സാമിന് ഒരുങ്ങും
Paper, you have met the questions and you have seen that all the questions that they are in this paper, you already gone through that question through your exam paper and also in our study material. The paper as per this institution committee is so simple as far as physics is concerned. Now we start the discussion. Very first question is there on the board. The ratio of the radius of gyration of solid sphere and mass m and radius are about the one axis. Radius of gyration of hollow sphere. Only thing is that we must remember the radius of gyration of hollow sphere and solid sphere. The first one is solid sphere. Solid sphere, radius of gyration K for solid sphere is given by root of 2 by 5 r. Whereas radius of gyration of next one is hollow sphere is given root of 2 by 3 r. Now we have to find the ratio. Now finding the ratio, the value will be root 3 by root 5. But the answer is not there. But there is no answer for the very first question in our discussion. Because the answer is equal to root 3 is to root 5. That option is not there in the question B. Now the second question. Okay, and down to it. Second question. Now the second question is there. We are given in the primary and secondary the question is connected to the transformer, and the load in the secondary in the form of a bulb, and the wattage and the voltage both are given, and therefore you can calculate secondary current, because secondary current IS is given by secondary power, that is equal to 60 by the voltage, is rated voltage. You can see that P is equal to VI. Therefore, I is equal to P by V. P by V. So, it's equal to 60 by V is equal to 12. This one calculation is 5 amp. That is secondary current. Secondary current is given and it is a step down transformer is set. And the primary voltage is given 220. And you know that EP by ES is equal to NP by NS is equal to IS by IP. And out of this, we are given the secondary current that is given. You got that is equal to 5. And the question is the primary current in the primary, that is IP is asked. Now the primary and secondary voltage both are given in there in the primary voltage is equal to 220, and therefore 220 by secondary voltage is equal to 12 is equal to 5 by IP. Now from this you can solve and find the value of IP, and the option is found to be 3. So the option is 3. Next question. Next question, recently you did the same question there in our material, through your question paper. Now question is, the galvanometer G does not show any deflection. This galvanometer show any deflection provided the PD between these 2 points is same as 2 volt. So we have to calculate the PD across this resistor. From this closed circuit, what is the current? The current in this circuit, this part. Current in this part is given by net EM of 10 volt by total resistance. Total resistance is equal to 400 plus R. Then the PD across R is given by I into R. So 10 into R by 400 plus R. That is the PD across this resistor is equal to 2. Now cross multiplying 10R is equal to 800 plus 2R. Therefore, 8R is equal to 800. Therefore, R is equal to 100. So the option is found to be 1. So that is the option 4. Next one, fourth one. Option is 1. Now what is that? A full wave rectifier consists of two PN junction diode, central tap, transformer, capacitor, load resistance. Which of these components remove the ripple? The one which is used to remove ripple is the filter circuit. The elements that we are using as filter elements are either inductance or capacitance or both. Here you can say that inductor is not there in option, only the capacitor. So the answer is equal to 1. Next one, fifth question. Fifth question, the option is 3. Now what is that? The work function of cesium, potassium and sodium, they are all given 2.14, 2.3, 2.7. And incident electromagnetic radiation has got the energy 2.2, which is less than that of these two. And therefore this radiation failed to cause photoelectric effect for these two elements. Whereas for this one, that is the very first one. Very first one, cesium, the work function is 2.14. And incident radiation has got more energy than, and therefore there will be photoelectric effect. Therefore the answer is equal to question number 5, 3, cesium. So the answer is 3. Next question. The ratio of the fundamental frequency of harmonic produced by an open pipe to that of a closed pipe. Very basic standard answer that is taught in our theory. And for question number 6, it is equal to 2:1. So option is equal to 6. Oh, sorry, option is equal to 4. 2:1. Next question. Now the 7th question. The amount of energy required to form a soap bubble of radius 2 cm from a solution, just to create a soap bubble. And you know work done is given change in surface area, into surface tension. Therefore 2 into 4 pi radius. Why 2? Because it has a bubble and has got 2 free surfaces. And radius, 2 pi radius, 2 into this radius, 10 raised to minus 2 whole square of 4 pi r square into surface tension. Surface tension is equal to 0.03. That calculation yield the answer 1. So the answer is equal to 1. Next question. Let a wire be suspended from the ceiling of a rigid support and stretched by W attached at the free end. The longitudinal stress at any point, say ideal string, and therefore mass of the string is not involved. Then what we can see, this is the string and it has no weight of its own and is loaded here W, and the stress everywhere, tension everywhere is the same, and therefore tension stress is also the same, and the stress is given by load by area. Load is equal to W by area is equal to A. Therefore W by A. So the option is equal to 4. For 8th question, the option is equal to 4. A vehicle travels half the distance with the speed v and the remaining distance with the speed 2v. Half the v, you are told 2 formulas. One for equal time and other for equal distance. For equal distance it is, and therefore the formula is equal to V average is given by 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. You are on substituting 2 into first half v and second with the 2v by 3v. This on cancellation is equal to 4 by 3, and therefore the answer is equal to option is 1. So it one option is equal to 1. Now 9th one. Statement. Statement, if the screen is removed from a plane slit, angular separation, angular bandwidth is given by beta by d. That is the angular bandwidth. And that is equal to lambda by d. And the angular bandwidth do not depend on d. Our first statement is that the angular separation of the print remain constant. And therefore that statement is correct. The first one is correct. If the monochromatic source is replaced by another monochromatic source of larger wavelength, the angular bandwidth will depend on lambda on the numerator, linearly depend on lambda. If lambda changes, bandwidth also increases here. Now come to here what it says in the statement, angular separation decreases. So that statement is wrong. First one is correct and second statement is wrong. And therefore the 10th question option is equal to 1. Statement 1 is true, second statement is false. So the option is equal to 1. Now 11th question. Light travel a distance x in time t1 in air. And therefore at once you can write the equation for x. X is equal to velocity in air into time t. And in time t2, another denser medium, it will travel 10x. And therefore you can say 10x is equal to velocity in medium into t2. Because time t2. Now replace for x. Therefore 10 into CA into T1 is equal to CM into T2. We know refractive index definition is CA by CM. So CA by CM is the refractive index is equal to CA by CM is equal to T2 by 10 T1. And the question is, what is the critical angle? Critical angle, you know, sin C is equal to 1 by n. Therefore, that is equal to 1 by n. N is here, refractive index. That is equal to 10 T1 by T2. The merchant T2. Therefore, C is equal to sine inverse 10 T1 by T2. And you can see that the option is equal to 2. 10 T1 by T2. Next question. 12th one, an AC source is connected to a capacitor due to decrease in operating frequency. Now, there is only a capacitor, a source is connected to a capacitor. Capacitor inductance is given by X is equal to 1 by C omega. And when omega here, the first option, due to decrease in operating frequency, omega decreases. When omega decreases, you know XC value increases. When XC increases, the circuit current decreases. Circuit current decreases. Circuit current, conduction current and displacement current both are the same in a circuit. In a circuit, both are the same. So therefore, current decreases means conduction current decreases. And if there is displacement current in a medium, that also decreases. Therefore, we can say displacement current decreases and therefore option is equal to 1. 12th one. Now 13th one. 13th one, we have to reduce this. You can see that these two are parallel and the 3 and 3 parallel 6. 6 is the series with the 3 and therefore that is equal to 6 into 3 by 6 plus 3 that is equal to 12 by 9, 4 by 3. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. 18 by 9 that is equal to 2. 18 by 9 that is equal to 2 and therefore the option is equal to 3. So option is equal to 3. Therefore 13 option is equal to 3. Yes, okay. Now 14. In a plane electromagnetic wave traveling in free space, the electric field component sinusoidally and the frequency is given, amplitude is given, amplitude of the oscillating magnetic field. You know, for an electromagnetic wave, velocity is given by E by B. And the question is here, what is the value of B? Therefore, B is equal to E by C. Electric field is amplitude is given 48 by velocity given to you, speed in free space 3 into 10 raised to 8. This on calculation 1.6 into 10 raised to 7 minus 7. 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 7 and therefore the option is equal to 1. Now in hydrogen spectrum, the shortest wavelength of Balmer series is lambda. Shortest means the de-excitation coming from infinity and therefore in Balmer, you know, basic formula 1 by lambda is equal to R into 1 by n1 squared minus 1 by n2 squared. For Balmer, n is equal to 2, second state. Therefore, 1 by lambda is equal to R into 1 by 2 square minus 1 by infinity square. So 1 by infinity, 0, that is equal to 0. 1 by infinity. So 1 by infinity square is equal to r by 4. Now the shortest wavelength in bracket, Lyman, Balmer, Fashion, here it is bracket it is 4, and therefore 1 by lambda shortest for bracket will r into the d excitation is coming from infinity to n is equal to 4 or 4 square minus 1 by infinity square means 0 is equal to r by 4 square is equal to r by 60. Now dividing equation number 1 by 2, lambda bracket by lambda is equal to lambda bracket by lambda is equal to 4. Lambda bracket is equal to 4 lambda and option is equal to 4. Now that finishes our first 50 questions. You see that they are all questions asked through our material as well examination. Hope you did well.
Yes. Good evening, all of you. The question paper is as expected, but questions from 36, that is B part, they need slight calculation. They need slight calculation. Otherwise, the questions are as expected. Question number 16 is a question in error calculation. You know, density is mass divided by volume. Therefore, percentage in density is percentage in mass plus 2 into percentage in radius plus percentage in length. So mass is given to be how much? 0.002, that is multiplying with 100. It will be 0.2 by 0.4 plus 0.1 by 0.3 into 2 plus next will be 2 by 5. That comes to be 0.5 plus 0.66 plus 0.4. That comes to be the answer 1. It's coming to be 1. Next question. Next. Okay. Yes, a football player is moving southward, suddenly eastward with the same speed, avoid opponent, the force that acts on it. Force is proportional to acceleration. Acceleration is change of velocity. Velocity final minus velocity initial. Velocity final is, we can say, V east minus velocity initial is south. V east minus of minus V south. So it will be V east plus V east plus V north. So it will be northeast. Answer is 1 along northeast. Next one, the temperature of a gas is minus 50 degree. To what temperature the gas should be heated so that RMS speed is increased by 3 times? RMS speed increased by 3 times means the temperature must be increased by 9 times. So the temperature should be 9 times the initial temperature. Initial temperature is minus 50 degree. That means 223, and this comes to be 2007 Kelvin. But that answer is not given, so that's a mistake. This is a mistake. And yes, this is a mistake. Answer is not given. Neither in Kelvin nor in degrees Celsius they are given the answer. So this question has no answer. Question number 18 has no answer. Next, the resistance is given by 22,000 plus or minus 5%. That means 22 into 10 to the power of plus or minus 5%. First digit 2, that means red. Second digit 2, that means red. The third digit is 3, that means it is orange. So the one in the position of the third band is orange. Answer is 1. Answer is 1. Next question. A bullet is fired from a gun with a speed of 280 meters per second. The direction of above horizontal. The maximum height attained by the bullet. It's a direct question. We have to calculate by the formula. The direct question. Answer is coming to be 1000 meters. So nothing special about it. Next question. Question number, yes. Question number 21. Here is a direct question. Carnot's engine efficiency is given to be 50%, means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by T1. On solving, we will be getting the answer 300 Kelvin, or that is coming to be 27 degrees Celsius. The answer is 3 is the answer. Next question. Yes, in LCR series circuit, we have to calculate the resonant frequency. First you get resonance angular frequency 1 by root LC, and if you substitute for L, substitute for C, that value coming to be 10 to the power of 4. 10 to the power of 4. That is radian per second. We want linear frequency, that is omega by 2 pi. That is 10 to the power of 4 divided by 6.28. That is coming to be nearly 1.59 into 10 to the power of 3 hertz. And the answer is box. That is number 2. Answer is 2. Question number 23. Yes, very basic theory explanation. Net flux through a closed surface is 0. Net flux through a closed surface is 0 means it doesn't any charges, no charges enclosed within the closed surface. That is why net flux is 0, or we can conclude that the number of flux lines entering is equal to number of flux lines leaving. That means net flux through the closed surface is equal to 0. Next question. Come on. It's a question of neutral point plus we have to calculate the potential at the neutral point. Neutral point means where gravitational field becomes 0. So we can easily get the position of neutral point from this formula. Distance of neutral point from M to that of 9M is root of M by 9M. That comes to be 1 by 3. So this gives you R1 is equal to total distance 1/4. That is R by 4. R2 is equal to 3 by 4. So now using the value of R1 and R2, we can calculate the gravitational potential minus G small m divided by R by 4 plus minus G 9m divided by 3R by 4. When you work it out, answer is coming to be 1. Answer is coming to be 1. Come on. Yes. The next question. Next, a very simple question. Point number 1, 2 cells are there. The cells are connected series and opposing. Series and opposing. So net EMF will be 10 minus 5, that is 5 volt, and the cell in the left side is dominating. So current will be from A to B. First part, current is flowing from A to B. Now net EMF is 5 volt and current is flowing from A to B because cell with 10 volt is dominating. Now total resistance will be 2 plus 1 plus 7, that is 10. 5 by 10, that is 0.5 ampere from A to B. Answer is 4. 4 is the answer. Next, this is a question of X-ray, but it's not exactly dealing with X-ray. Energy, the whole of the energy of the incoming radiation is utilized the energy of X-rays. That is the wavelength corresponding to minimum wavelength. The minimum wavelength corresponding to the case where whole of the energy of the incoming electrons are being converted into the energy of X-ray. So Hc by lambda is equal to EV. Therefore, lambda is proportional to 1 by V. Your answer is what? 4. Answer is 4. Next question. The angular acceleration of a body, angular acceleration, not centripetal, angular velocity, angular acceleration, angular displacement, all are along the axis. All are along the axis. So our answer will be, the direction of angular acceleration will be along the axis of rotation. Angular velocity, angular acceleration, angular displacement, all are along the axis. Therefore, the answer is along the axis. Answer is 2. Next one. The magnetic energy stored in an inductor of inductance 4 microhenry carrying a current. Very direct question. Energy stored is half L I square. L given, I given, and answer coming to be 8 microjoules. Answer is coming to be 8 microjoules. Next question. Half-life of a radioactive substance is 20 minutes. In how much time the activity of substance dropped to 168? Either number of radioactive nuclei or activity, both dN by dt obeys what rule? Is proportional to x to the power of minus lambda. Both obey same rule. It decreases exponentially. 1 by 16 means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. In first half-life, it becomes 1 by 2. Next half-life, it is 1 by 4. Third half-life, it is 1 by 8. Fourth half-life, it is 1 by 16. So 4 half-lives are over and half-life is 20 minutes. Therefore, 4 half-life means 20 into 4, that is 80. Now, the last question. Yes, very direct question again. Energy stored in a spring is half K into x square, where x is the extension. Here, extension increased from 2 centimeter to 8 centimeter. Extension became 4 times. Extension became 4 times. Energy is proportional to the square of the extension. Extension becomes 4 times. The energy stored will become square of 4. That is 16 times. Initially it was U. Now it is 16U. Okay. Now next questions will be discussed by the teacher. Okay. Bye. Students, be confident about your result. God bless you.
Hey, good evening, children. Question number 31. Venturi meter works on the principle of. Venturi meter, we know, works on the principle of Bernoulli's theorem. It's a very simple question. No need of any explanation. Next one. Net magnetic flux through any closed surfaces. If you have any closed surface, the net magnetic flux will be 0. What is the reason? Because there are no magnetic monopoles. Magnetism exists in dipoles. So the answer is third option. Next one. Given two statements, photovoltaic devices can convert optical radiation into electricity. We know photovoltaics means conversion of light into electricity, so that statement should be correct. So both statement are correct, either both statement correct or first statement correct, second one incorrect. Let us go for the second one. In Zener diode designed to operate under reverse bias in breakdown region. Zener diode is specially designed to work as a voltage regulator and is always reverse biased, which has a sharp breakdown voltage, all that we have learned. So both the statements are correct. So the correct answer should be the third option. Correct answer is third option. Option 3 is the right answer. Next one, 34. The errors in the measurement which arise due to unpredictable fluctuations in temperature and voltage are random errors. The answer, the correct answer is option 2, random errors. Random errors are propagated due to the unknown reason. So unpredictable fluctuations it is mentioned. So correct answer should be random errors. An electric dipole 35 placed at an angle 30 degree with the field direction of electric field makes an angle 30 degree with that of the dipole moment. Intensity given, torque given. Calculate the charge on the dipole. Very simple question. Directly using that formula. The formula used is torque tau is equal to P cross E. So PE sin theta, where P is Q times the dipole length, E sin theta. So Q is equal to torque divided by, torque is 4, divided by, that 2A itself is given as 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. Electric field is given 2 into 10 power 5 sin theta, sin 30, 1 by 2. You can calculate and get into the answer. Second option, 2 millicoulomb. Next one. 36. The position type graph of a particle performing simple harmonic motion is shown in figure. The acceleration of the particle at t equal to 2. We know at t equal to 2, particle is at the extreme position. At the extreme position, its acceleration is directed towards mean position, so it should be downward and it should be minus. So it cannot be plus. Okay, now writing down the equation for acceleration from position. Position time relation is given. X is equal to A sin omega t as there is no initial phase. Now, velocity equal to A omega cos omega t. Once again taking the derivative, we get the acceleration, which is equal to minus A omega square sin omega t. But omega is equal to 2 pi by t. that is 2 pi by time period can be taken directly from this graph, which is 8 seconds. Okay, and also small t is given in this question that as 2 seconds. So you can calculate that answer to be option B, second option. Now 37. Horizontal bridge is built across a river. Student standing on the bridge throws a small ball vertically upward with velocity 4 meter per second. Ball strikes the water surface after 4 seconds. Height of the bridge above water surface is. Then the formula used is minus height, because it is being thrown upward but it goes downward. So the sign convention, Cartesian convention, minus h equal to u. Initial speed is upward, velocity is upward, so positive. Velocity should be given positive sign. Time after which it falls ground or water is 4 seconds. Then s is equal to ut plus half a. Half a means 5 because g is given as 10. Half into 10 is 5 minus 5 into 4 square. On calculating you get the answer 164 meter. Next one, 38th one. A wire carrying current in positive x direction. So the length of the wire is along x-axis, and magnetic field is expressed in 3 components. What is the magnitude of magnetic force acting on the wire? Magnetic Lorentz force is given by F is equal to I into L cross P for a straight current carrying wire placed in external uniform magnetic field. As the force is the outcome of this cross product, you can take the cross product of the length with the magnetic field. Length is along I cap. That's why I cross I 0, I cross j becomes k, and I cross minus k becomes j. So the resultant would be in YZ plane. And that magnitude should be root of 3 square plus 4 square. Answer should be 5. So the correct answer is option 1. Next one, 39th one. Resistance of platinum wire at 0 degrees Celsius is 2 ohm and at 6.8 ohm at 80 degrees Celsius. Coefficient of temperature. Temperature coefficient of resistivity alpha is equal to very simple formula, direct substitution, RT minus R0 by R0T, where RT is 6.8, R0 is 2, and T is change of the temperature, 80 minus 0, which is 80. Directly you get the answer. 39, you get the answer. Correct answer, option A. First one, that is 3 into 10 power minus 2, option 1. 40. Radius of innermost orbit of hydrogen atom is given. What is the radius of the third allowed orbit? As per Bohr's principles, radius proportional to square of quantum number. So R proportional n square. N is 3. 3 square is 9. 9 times 5.3. No other options possible. Only one, second option. Next one. 10 resistors, each of resistance are when connected in series, we know, gives rise to an equivalent resistance of 10 ohm in series. Connected to battery of EMF E, resistance, internal resistance is given to be negligible. Further, they are connected in parallel with the same battery. Current becomes n times, value of n is. Then we start writing the current in parallel combination. Total EMF divided by total resistance. Total resistance is R by 10 in parallel. That is equal to total resistance in series is 10R, but it is given to be n times. Now after cancellation, you can get into the answer option 4. So option 4 is the right answer. Next one, 42nd one. Satellite is orbiting just above surface of Earth with period t. The given quantity 3 pi by GD is asked, for which we have to know the equation for period of a satellite in close orbit, which is 2 pi times root of R cube divided by GM, where GM can be written as G R square. Okay, and this one gets cancels, you get 2 pi root R by G. So also you can also directly by heart this 2 pi root of R by G. 2 pi root of R divided by G can be written as 4 by 3 pi R rho times capital G. So this R also gets cancelled, then time period becomes this 2 goes inside or this 4 comes outside, getting cancelled, pi goes inside becoming pi square. So you get square root of 3 pi, 1 pi gets cancelled, divided by rho g. So 3 pi by gd. Rho means density, here given d, sorry. Rho is given to be d. Then what is 3 pi divided by dg? That is t square. So the correct answer is option 4. Next one, 43rd one. Two thin lenses of same focal lengths, one convex, other concave, they are kept in contact, you know, as they are identical, total power becomes 0, so total focal length becomes infinity. Second one. Next one, Boolean expression. A complement B complement, then Y is equal to A complement and B complement, all complement, which is from this expression we can write A or B. So Y equal to A or B. So it should be an OR gate. OR gate option 4. Next one, 45. Bullet from a gun fired from rectangular wooden block with velocity U travels 24 centimeter and its speed becomes U by 3. Further penetrates to come to rest. What is the exact length of the block? It just stops at the end of the block. Okay. Here we have learned this question, most of these questions are from our material. And S2 is equal to distance traveled in the second case is equal to S1 divided by 1 minus n square. Here n is 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 square is 1 by 9. So S1 is 24. 24 divided by 1 minus 1 by 9 is 8 by 9. So it becomes 27. So correct answer is option 3rd one. Next one. In this figure, what is the total focal length? For finding the total focal length, you can see that the first one is a plano concave lens. Plano, one end is plane, other end is concave. So two plano concave lenses are there. What is the focal length of which? 1 by f1 equals, which is that plano concave? N minus 1, 1.6 minus 1, which is 0.6. N minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. But the first surface radius of curvature is infinity. Second surface has radius of curvature r1, which is 20. So 0.6 into 1 by infinity minus 1 by 20. So it should be minus 0.6 by 20. Okay, for the third surface also it should be that. That is 1 by f3 also minus 0.6 by 20 for the same reason. But the middle one is an equiconvex lens, which is 1 by f2 equal to 1 by 20. Because several times we have learned that the equiconvex lens having refractive index 1.5, which is an equiconvex, R1 equal to R2, then focal length is equal to its radius of curvature. That is, total focal length is given by 1 by f is equal to, add these two, you get minus 1.2 by 20, then plus 1 by 20. On solving, you get answer as minus 100. Very simple question, but good one. Next one. Electric dipole as shown in figure. What is the potential at the point P? We know potential at the point P can be measured by using this formula. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P cos theta divided by R square, which is given by K. K is 4 pi epsilon, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon is not, that's given as K. Where P is Q times 2A. Q is the charge given Q. And 2A means dipole length is 6 into 10 raised to minus 2 into theta 0 because that point lies along the axis. Cos 0 becomes 1 divided by distance square. Distance to that point from the center O is 5. 5 square is 25. 25 into 10 power minus 4. So that should be 6Q K divided by 25 into 10 square volt. And it seems to be not in this option, so that may be a bonus. So no answer, we are giving no answer. 48th one. It's a straight wire. The top one is a straight wire, current towards right hand rule, field inward at P. Bottom one is a straight wire, current is leftward, field at P is again inward. So that straight portion's fields are to be added. But the circular portion, field is outward, so subtract it. So anyway, the total field is to be subtracted from one another. the total field arises from mu 0 I divided by 4r, which is the field due to the semicircle. Field due to semicircle is mu 0 I by 4 pi r. Then subtract it, minus mu 0 I divided by 4 pi r is the field due to a straight wire whose one end is set up to infinity and the other end is at finite point, normally above the point P. So two such wires are there. Okay, on solving this, you will get this correct answer, option 2. Next one. Calculate the maximum acceleration moving car so that the body on the car remains stationary. A max equal to mu g. Mu is 0.15 into g, that is 1.5. Right choice is 1, last one. Net impedance of the circuit is Z is equal to square root of R square plus omega L whole square, XL whole square, minus XL square minus XC square, 1 by omega C whole square. That is XL minus XC whole square. Sorry. Root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. XL is omega L, XC is 1 by omega C. Substitute and get into the answer, option 1. With that, physics 50 questions over. Now the next subject will be continued. Thank you.
Hi children, welcome. അങ്ങനെ നീറ്റ് പരീക്ഷ കഴിഞ്ഞു, right? Let's go through the questions. Chemistry part questions, NEET 2023. Okay, right. The first question. Not having 8 electrons around the central atom. Around the central atom, not having 8 electrons. So this is having 8 electrons. This is not having 8 electrons. That is incomplete octet. This is incomplete octet. This is having 8 electron. This is expanded octet. Right? So 8 electrons are available here and here, and these three are not having 8 electrons, rather either incomplete octet or expanded octet. So not having 8 electrons, here around the central atom 8 electron, here also around the central atom 8 electron. So 2 having 8 electron around the central atom. The other 3 will be the answer, option third choice. There can be a confusion with the fourth one also, because if you read in that way, not having 8 electrons, So it is having more than 8. That's an expanded octet system. You have learned in the NCERT. Right. Next. Some tranquilizers listed below, no doubt. Veronal. The correct answer is Veronal. All of you know. Right. A reaction can have zero activation energy. Of course, a reaction can have zero activation energy. Minimum extra amount of energy absorbed by reactant molecules so that their energy becomes equal to threshold energy. That is the definition for activation energy. Both are true statements. Both are true statements, and we can go for which one? But not related. So we'll go for fourth choice. They are true statements, but not the correct explanation. Both are true statements. That's only. Right? Next one. The given compound is, straight away you get the answer, the halogen is connected to allylic carbon, first choice. Allyl halide it is, right? First choice, direct question. Right. The number of sigma bond, pi bond and lone pairs across pyridine. I don't have to tell you, all of you know this is pyridine. And don't forget to take the hydrogen including. And this is the complete structure of pyridine. Upon counting, you can see 5 plus 6, 11 sigma bond, 3 pi bond and a lone pair. Option first choice. 11 sigma bond, 3 pi bond and 1 lone pair. Okay, right. Next. (20 gram, 20% pure limestone upon heating. All of you know 1 mole will give you 1 mole will give you 1 mole. 1 mole means 100 gram will give you 44 gram. Here it is 20 gram, 20%. 20 gram, 20% means only 4 gram. So how much you get? 4 gram. How much you will be getting? Very simple. Very simple. So it is 4 into 44 by 100. You will get option 4, 1.76. 100 gram gives 44. 4 gram gives how much? Right? So it is 44 into 4 by 100. Right? 4 into 0.4. 0.44. You will get one close choice only. Need not work even. Need not work even. Right? Yes. Heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis. This is homogeneous. Dinitrogen dihydrogen with iron. This is the answer. Heterogeneous catalysis. Nitrogen, hydrogen giving ammonia with the iron catalyst. We know. I think no other choices matches with oxidation of sulfur dioxide with oxide of nitrogen. And all other choices are also homogeneous catalysis only. Second choice. Next. Metallic sodium dissolved in liquid ammonia giving deep blue solution which is paramagnetic. True statement. Deep blue solution due to formation of amide. That is a false statement. All of you know from the comment you learned in NCERT. The deep blue coloration is due to what? Solvated electrons, ammoniated electrons, right? So it is this one correct, this is wrong. Which one? Option first choice. Option first choice, correct? Assertion correct, reason wrong. Okay. Statement is correct. We want to get the correct statement. All from the NCERT, all statement from the NCERT, last paragraph, S block elements. NCERT last paragraph, S block elements. Inert and unchanging substance, wrong. Magnesium is calcium, wrong. And this is the correct answer. We want approximately 200 to 300 milligram requisite. A picked statement from the NCERT textbook, last sentence of S block elements, right? Biological importance of magnesium, calcium. Here it is magnesium, right? Next. So step 1, it is Sandmeyer's reaction. You get bromobenzene. Step 1, Sandmeyer's reaction, you get bromobenzene. And then it turned Grignard reagent. Then it is turning Grignard reagent. And Grignard reagent, when treated with water, you get benzene. Fourth choice is the correct answer. So diazonium salt with undergoing Sandmeyer's reaction, you get bromobenzene. You get bromobenzene. Bromobenzene heated with the magnesium. You get Grignard reagent, phenyl magnesium bromide, right? And that when treated with the water, you get benzene. Fourth choice. Simple question. For a reaction, rate Ka square. What is given there? Okay, fine. It is A square B. Initial concentration of A is tripled. This is tripled, keeping concentration of B constant. This tripled means 3 square increases by 9 times. 3 square increases by 9 times. Another simple question from rate law. Another simple question from rate law. Right. Not correct. Not correct. Hydrogen used to reduce heavy metal oxides to metal. That is a true statement. Heavy water used to study reaction mechanism. Another true statement. Hydrogen used to make saturated. That is also true statement. HH bond enthalpy lowest as compared. It is not lowest. It is highest. That is a wrong statement. Hydrogen reduces oxides of metal that are more reactive than iron. No, that is also a wrong statement. Answer is first choice. D and E. First choice. Right? From the chapter hydrogen. And of course, the general aspects of metallurgy. Right? Homoleptic complex. Homoleptic complex. Amine carbonate, heteroleptic. Amine aqua, heteroleptic. Trioxolato, only one ligand. Homoleptic. Third choice. Right? What about here? Chlorido nitrito, heteroleptic. Detection of nitrogen and sulfur together. The sign is tester. Detection of nitrogen and sulfur together. Blood red coloration. Blood red coloration. Hope you remember. Just after the explanation of formation of sodium thionitroprusside. Blood red coloration. This formula FeSCN2 plus. Second choice. Right? The detection of nitrogen sulfur together. Blood red coloration. Yes, assertion is a true statement. E cell is an intensive property. This is extensive property. True statement. Both are true and correct justification. Both are true and correct justification. Which one? Option 3. Option 3. Very simple question. Clemmensen reduction. Clemmensen reduction. This will be reduced and this will be reduced to alkane part. Third choice. Both the keto group will be reduced to alkane part. Clemmensen reduction. Nothing else. Third choice. Relation between N, M. Permissible values of magnetic quantum number for a given value of azimuthal quantum number. So if you remember, N M is equal to 2L plus 1. N M is equal to number of orientation will be 2L plus 1. Number of orientation means magnetic quantum number 2L plus 1. So how is related with the L? Is it third choice? Yes, yes, third choice. Nm is equal to 2L plus 1. So L is equal to Nm minus 1 by 2. Third choice. Stability of Cu2 plus versus Cu plus. Well compensated by hydration enthalpy. Even though the second ionization is greater, it is compensated by statement from the NCR. Right? Next. 1 matches with a coke, matches with a 3. So A3 diamond. 2B matches with 1. So first choice A3B1, first choice. A3B1 will give you the answer. C4, isn't it correct? Yes, C4 is also correct. D2 graphite, yes, it is used as a dry lubricant because it is having a solid lubricating action due to layer type structures learned in the text. Yes, first choice. Next one. Weight of 2 mole organic compound which is obtained by heating sodium ethanoate. Sodium ethanoate CH3COONA undergoing decarboxylation. You are getting methane. 2 mole methane. 1 mole methane is 16. 2 mole methane is 32. The product obtained is methane. 2 mole methane 32. Right? Complete the reaction. So HCN undergo nucleophilic addition. We get the product. When treated with the concentrated sulfuric acid, there will be elimination reaction. There will be dehydration over here. And let us also expect the medium providing the hydrolysis of CN. Right? So the answer should be second choice. Answer should be second choice. So this is undergoing nucleophilic addition, we get cyanohydrin. Cyanohydrin heated with the concentrated sulfuric acid. Undergo dehydration. At the same time, we can expect this is giving hydrolysis of cyanide group, giving carboxylic acid. Right? Second choice. A unit found by the attachment of base 1 position sugar nucleoside. The structure is available in the NCERT. When nucleoside is linked to phosphorus acid at 5 position nucleotide, there is a small trap. Whether it is trap or typographic error, we don't know. But the question as the way it is given, it has to be wrong because it is not phosphorus acid. It has to be phosphoric acid, not phosphorus acid. See, all the other linking are correct. I believe it is a trap, right? It is phosphorus acid, not phosphorus acid, phosphoric acid. So that is the wrong statement. Statement 1 correct, 2 wrong. Statement 1 correct, 2 wrong. It is first one, right? First one, this one. Next. Okay. We want to know the graphical for Boyle's law. Boyle's law. This is wrong as it is P versus 1 by V cannot be rectangular hyperbola. PT is not Boyle's law. PT is not Boyle's law. PV is Boyle's law, but what about temperature? T1 minimum. No, that is wrong. It is T1 minimum wrong. As the temperature increases, the graph move away, right? So T1 should be maximum. So left option is fourth one. Let us examine. P versus 1 by V correct. T3 maximum. Yes. Fourth choice is the correct answer, right? Next. B forms CCP and A occupy 1/3 tetrahedral void. So it is A and B. B forms CCP. That means 4 particle. So this is available at 1/3 1/3 of tetrahedral bond will be 8. So what is the formula you are getting? It is A 8 by 3, B 4 will give you A2 B3, right? A2 B3. We want x plus y. We want x plus y. So the answer is 2 plus 3, 5. Third choice. We'll get the formula A2 B3, x plus y. That is the reported answer. Next. Most appropriate answer. Regarding intermolecular forces, dipole, induced dipole, hydrogen bonding, covalent bond, dispersion forces. So except D, there is D. Answer is first choice. Only one choice without D, and D cannot be. That's a permanent force of attraction. Like ionic bond, covalent bond is a permanent force of attraction. That is not intermolecular force of attraction. That is stronger one between the atoms in a molecule. Correct order of energy for which species? N2. Correct order of energy for N2. Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, sigma 2p is it? Wrong. This is wrong. After this, not this. Wrong. And this is the correct answer. Third one. Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, pi 2px, pi 2py, then sigma 2pz, pi star 2px. Only one change from the oxygen we have learned that sigma 2pz and pi 2px, pi 2py, there will be interchange. That's all. Next. Stability factor, correct relationship. Correct relationship. This is wrong. AlCl3 less than AlCl. Wrong. TL, it's thallium, right? TLI3. This is the correct answer. Inert pair effect. Inert pair effect. And of course, with iodine, TLI3 cannot stabilize. Rather, it doesn't exist. Reference CRT, right? Second choice. What about the others? This is correct. This is correct. Oh, sorry. This is wrong. This is wrong. Inert pair effect. Wrong. This is also wrong. So second choice will be the answer. Inert pair effect. Conductivity of centimolar solution given and resistance is given. Value of cell constant. All of you know value of cell constant. G star is equal to kappa into resistance. 60 into 0.02. 60 into 0.02, 6 into 0.2, 1.26, option 1, 1.26, option 1, right? Direct, easy workout. Will not give primary amine, will not give primary amine. This will give you secondary amine, it is isocyanate, will give you CH3, NHCH3, that's a secondary amine. This will give you primary amine, CH2NH2. This will give you primary amine, CH2NH2. This is cyanide, CH2NH2. All others give primary amine, then the first one itself is the answer. This is the answer. First choice. Largest ion to achieve nearest to noble gas configuration. So it is N3 minus, Na plus, O2 minus, F minus, N3 minus. Isoelectronic species with the maximum negative charge. Neoprene. Neoprene is polychloroprene. Polychloroprene. Fourth choice. This is chloroprene. Polychloroprene is called artificial rubber, neoprene. All of you know, right? Next. Identify the product. So it is substitution reaction. First, this oxygen is getting protonated. This oxygen is getting protonated and it will be removed as water, and you will be getting the carbo cation. You will be getting the carbocation and it will undergo a rearrangement by hydrogen shift. It will undergo a rearrangement by hydrogen shift, and now the bromine is attacked, and the answer will be bromine comes on this carbon. Bromine comes on that carbon. Third choice. So first protonation, water is removed, then OH becomes OH2 plus and water is removed, you get a carbocation. The secondary carbocation turn tertiary carbocation by hydrogen shift, and then the Br minus is attacked. Right? Next. Correct statement. Correct statement. We want a correct statement. Atoms of all elements composed of two fundamental particles. Wrong. This is correct statement. This is true statement. Proton electrons called nucleons. Wrong. It is proton and neutrons. And this is also true statement. So it is BCE. BCE. Option 2. BCE. Option 2. Correct? Yes. Simple content from the basic ideas of atomic structure. Right? അടുത്തത്. Helium used to dilute oxygen in diving apparatus. All of you know the applications of Henry's law dealing with this. Helium has high solubility in O2. Of course, they are gases and they are highly miscible. High solubility. And don't confuse with the very low solubility of helium in the blood. Don't confuse with the very low solubility of helium with the water. As the way the question is given, that is a true statement. So helium used to dilute oxygen in diving apparatus, a true statement. Helium has high solubility in oxygen, that is also true statement. And we can go for is it third one or fourth one? We will go for fourth one. Both are correct statement, but that is not the justification. We want to reduce the quantity of nitrogen, and helium is low soluble in blood compared to nitrogen. That is the point. Lewis acid. Straight away we get the answer. BF3 is a Lewis acid. Peroxo disulfuric acid. Peroxo disulfuric acid. This is peroxo disulfuric acid. This is peroxo disulfuric acid. And we want SOOS linkage. A go with the 3. A go with the 3. We have two choices. B4, no way. Let us check C. Let us check C. Pyrosulfuric acid. Pyrosulfuric acid means oleum. Pyrosulfuric acid means oleum. This is pyrosulfuric acid. Oleum. This is oleum. Which one will match with SOS linkage? SOS linkage. C should go with the 1. Fourth choice. C should go with the 1. Fourth choice. Isn't it? Fourth choice. It will be fourth choice. This one. A3, B4, C1 gives the answer. A3, C1 will give the answer. Right? Next. Another question from the NCERT, question from our material. Lot of questions we can see to us from our materials. See, the question is whether it's going to break here or break here. No doubt it's going to break here. So it is breaking over here. You get minus and plus. So I will come here. CH2I. Option 1. Whenever you take such a molecule, always one product is phenol. No doubt. It can't break on the other side. Okay. Next. Equilibrium concentrations are given. You have to find the delta G. You have to find the delta G. So equilibrium concentrations are given. So K is equal to quantity of this into this by this into this. So it is 10 into 6 by 2 into 3. that is 60 by 6, 10, that is equilibrium constant, and delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303. Remember, we want answer in calorie. So it is R 2 into temperature 300 into log 10. So it is 2.3, 2 into 3 with a minus. So 3 into 4, 120 range minus 1200 range. Not 120, 300 into 4 something. So more than 1200 minus. More than, slightly more than 1200 minus. Right? Next. Tolerance test. Tolerance test. So the aldehydes will be responding to tolerance test, benzaldehyde responding to tolerance test, and this will be oxidized to carboxylic acid, and this remain as such. This remain as such. Ketone does not respond to tolerance test. So the answer should be, no doubt, first choice. That below CHO group will be oxidized to carboxylic acid group. On top CO group will remain as such. Okay? Right. Fumistone is an example for fumistone, reference CRT, solid salt. Relation between delta H and delta U. Relation between delta H and delta U. Fourth choice. Delta H is equal to delta U plus delta nRT. Direct relation given as a question. Next. Reaction that does not take place. 900, 1500. Please refer NCERT and you find the particular temperature carry this reaction, and this reaction. This is coming in the range of somewhat 500, 800 Kelvin. Refer the text where the cupola furnace is given, blast furnace is given. Refer the text. Okay. Number of compound species with the obey Huckel's rule. Obey Huckel's rule. This obeys Huckel's rule. This obeys Huckel's rule. This is anti-aromatic. This is not obeying Huckel's rule. And this obey Huckel's rule. This is again non-aromatic, different system. The electron system is like anti-aromatic. And this also aromatic and obeys Huckel's rule. So Huckel's rule maintained in 1, 2, 3, 4 cases. Third choice. 4 is the answer. 4 is the answer. Third choice. Right? Next one. Which is easily dehydrated. Which is easily dehydrated. 3 choices are given, nitro alcohols, and 1 is normal alcohol. But there is a speciality. There is only 1 pinacol is available. 1,2-diol, only 1 is available. That can be easily dehydrated. So in that context, it should be first choice. Meanwhile, if you look at the carbocation stability and all, we may go for a different answer. But looking directly, we can comment it is the first choice, the correct answer, which can give you the product. Number 1, it is a beta hydroxy compound. Beta hydroxy with reference to nitro group. Number 1. Number 2, pinacol molecule. So it can give you a better dehydration product when compared. But when we look at the carbocation stability, it can be a different product, right? But need not think in deep. I think a preliminary idea will give you the answer first choice, right? A deep discussion may lead to some argument also. What fraction of edge-centered octahedral lie in 1 unit cell? Edge center, 1 edge center. 1 edge center will be 1 by 4, 12 edges, right? 12 edges, each edge center is, each edge is shared by 4 unit cells. All of you know. So edge center will be a contribution to the unit cell will be 1 by 4. So first choice. First one reduction, CHO will be converted to CHOH. So this will be alcohol, ethanol, CH3, CH2OH. Dehydration, that is ethene. That is ethene. Ethene with HBr, you get ethyl bromide. This is ethyl bromide with bromobenzene. It will be Woods-Fittix reaction. Woods-Fittix reaction. Third choice. you get ethyl benzene, Woods-Fittix reaction. So number 1 reduction, number 2 dehydration, number 3 Woods-Fittix reaction. Oh, there is in between, there is electrophilic addition also. Nutrient deficient water bodies lead to eutrophication. It is not a nutrient deficient, it is nutrient rich. Nutrient deficit alla, nutrient rich alla, it's a wrong statement. Eutrophication lead to disease in the level of decrease in the level of oxygen. Yes, that's a true statement. So first one false, second one true. 97. First one false, second one true. First one false, second one true. Second choice. It is second choice. This one. Next. Incorrect statement. Incorrect statement. This is a sentence directly available in the NCERT. True statement. This is another sentence directly you can pick from NCERT, not at one location, 2 different locations. These comments are available. 2 different locations, dicto statements is available. You can trace it from the NCERT. Within one same this page and that page. Basic character increases. No, basic character decreases as the oxidation number increases. This is a wrong statement. As the oxidation number increases for a particular metal when having multiple oxides, as the oxidation number increases, basic character decreases, acidic character increases. That's a wrong statement. V2O4 dissolve in acid giving VO43 minus. It is not VO43 minus, it is vanadium 4 plus state will give you VO2 plus. Refer NCERT. CRO is basic, while this is also a true statement. It should be incorrect one. C and D. C and D. First choice. Most stable complex. Most stable complex. No doubt, first one, as you have a chelating complex, there is a macrocyclic stability given by the chelating ligand, ethylene diamine present only in one choice. And the last question, balancing of redox reaction. Chromium becomes chromium 3 plus, n factor is 6. This conversion, n factor is 6. Sulfite to sulfate, it is plus 4 to plus 6. N factor will be 2. So 2 here and 6 here. So this will be multiplied with 3. So 1 comes here and 3 comes here. A and B, 1, 3. A and B, 1, 3. A and B, 1, 3. And I don't have to check the C. C you may cross check. It is A1, B3. You get the answer. Option third choice. Yes, that's all. There are few traps and 1 or 2 questions which may make you think. Otherwise, എല്ലാം സിമ്പിൾ ആയിരുന്നു വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. എല്ലാവർക്കും എക്സാം എളുപ്പമായിരുന്നു വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. Okay, let us conclude the discussion of chemistry paper NEET exam for the day. Okay, good night. See you.
Very good evening and welcome, dear students. Now I am going to present a brief discussion and answer key of botany part of this year's today's NEET examination. Botany part of H2 series. Question number 101. What is the role of RNA polymerase 3 in the process of transcription of eukaryotes? In the process of transcription, the role of RNA polymerase is to transcribe transcription of tRNA, 5srRNA and snRNA. The answer is option 4, a pure NCERT based question. Next question. Family Fabaceae differs from Solanaceae and Liliaceae with respect to the stamens. Pick out the characteristics specific to family Fabaceae but not found in Solanaceae and Liliaceae. A simple direct question. That is the character found in Fabaceae, not in Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Answer 3, that is Diadelphus and Dithecus anther. Option 3. Spraying of which of the following phytohormone on the juvenile conifers help hastening the maturity period that leads to early seed formation? A direct question from NCERT. It is the role of gibberellic acid. Gibberellic acid reduce the vegetative phase of conifers and help them to enter the maturity period, that is hastening the maturity period. Option 4. Axile placentation. Next question regarding the chapter morphology. Axile placentation is observed in option 2, China rose, petunia and lemon. All these 3 plants show axile placentation. Next question. Among eukaryote, replication of RNA takes place. It is a cell cycle chapter question. That is, replication of DNA takes place in the S phase. Then the S phase of cell cycle is characterized by the replication of DNA. The amount of DNA increases from 2C to 4C, that is in S phase, synthetic phase, that is of the interphase. Next question. How many ATP and NADPH2 are required for the synthesis of one molecule of glucose during Calvin cycle? Calvin cycle utilizes 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2 to synthesize one molecule of glucose. That also you can directly get the answer from the photosynthesis chapter of NCERT textbook. Next, assertion reason type question. Then here assertion is given as first stage of gametophyte in the life cycle of moss is protonema. That is correct. That is, in mosses, spore germinate into a branched filamentous structure called protonema. This is the first stage of life cycle of mosses. Reason why it is the first stage of life cycle of mosses? Because protonema develops directly from the spores produced in the capsule. That is why spores directly germinate into protonema. Spores directly germinate into protonema because protonema is the first stage of the gametophytic generation. On the protonema, the buds later develop into the adult moss plant. So assertion is correct, reason is correct, and reason explains assertion. Reason explains assertion. So the answer is 3. Both assertion and reason are correct. Reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Option 3. Next, it is regarding active transport, movement and accumulation of ions across the membrane against their concentration gradient. The only mechanism which help to absorb ions against the concentration gradient is active transport. Active transport. So the answer is active transport. Other means of transport, diffusion and facilitated diffusion, they permit only along the concentration gradient, not against the concentration gradient. So the answer is active transport. Next question. Unequivocal proof of DNA is the genetic material was first proposed by. That is confirmation of DNA as genetic material, or the confirmation experiment conducted by whom? It was conducted by Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase. They provided a experimental proof for the genetic DNA as genetic material. Next, next question, that is, which of the following stage of meiosis involves division of a centromere? Division of centromere in meiosis takes place in anaphase 2. Anaphase 2, division of centromere, splitting of centromere and separation of daughter chromatids takes place in anaphase 2 of meiosis. Next question, 112. Given below are two statements, again assertion reason type question. Here assertion is ATP is used at two steps in glycolysis. Assertion is correct. ATP is used in 2 steps of glycolysis. Reason says which are the steps. The reason says first ATP is used in converting glucose to glucose 6-phosphate. The other ATP is used to convert fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So reason is correct. So reason explains assertion. So answer is 3. Both assertion and reason are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Next question. Then 4 characteristics are given. Large, colorful, fragment flowers with nectar are seen in. These characters are seen in which type of flowers? These characters are seen in insect pollinated flowers, that is entomophilous flowers. Option 3. (114) The historic conversion of biological diversity, called the Earth Summit, was held in Rio de Janeiro in the year. The first such a convention was held in 1992. That is option 4 is the correct answer. Next question. 115. Thickness of ozone in a column of air in atmosphere is measured in terms of Dobson unit. Option 2. Here, in tissue culture experiment, leaf mesophyll cells are put in a culture medium in order to form callus. That is, the cultured explant is leaf mesophyll cells. Leaf mesophyll cell is an already differentiated cell. Leaf mesophyll cells are already differentiated. When it is put in culture medium, it again becomes meristematic, undergo division and forms callus. This process is called de-differentiation. This process is called de-differentiation. Next question. 2 statements are given. Statement number 1. Endarch, exarch are the terms often used to describing the position of secondary xylem is wrong. So statement 1 is wrong. It is to describe the position of protoxylem in primary xylem, not any way connected to secondary style. Statement 2. Exarch condition is the most common feature of root system. Statement 2 is correct, but statement 1 is wrong. Answer is 2. And statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. Next, what is the function of tassels in cone of a cob? In cone cob, answer 4. It is to trap the pollen grains. It is to trap the pollen grains. Next, recombination nodules occurs at which substage of prophase 1? Recombination nodules occurs in packetine substage of prophase 1. (120) Identify the pair of heterosporous pteridophytes among the following. Most of the pteridophytes are homosporous. Only few pteridophytes are heterosporous. Heterosporous pteridophytes are Selaginella and Salvinia. They are heterosporous, means they produce two types of spores, that is microspores and megaspores. Next question. The reaction center in PS2 has an absorption maxima at, that is the reaction center of PS2, the absorption maximum is 680 nanometer, but that of PS1 is 700 nanometer. But the question is about the PS2. It is 680, 122. In angiosperms, the haploid, diploid, in order we have to select haploid, diploid and triploid structure. Haploid, diploid, triploid structure. Answer option 1. Synergids. Synergids are haploid, zygote diploid, primary endosperm nucleus is triploid. Option 1. Assertion reason type question again appears. Here assertion is late wood has fewer ciliary elements with a narrow vessel. Assertion is correct because late wood is formed during winter season. During winter season, cambium is less active. So the reason is also correct. Cambium is less active in the winter season. Here assertion supports or explains the reason. Answer is 3. A and R are true. R is the correct explanation of A. Next question. The phenomenon of pleiotropism refers to. So pleiotropism refers, that is a gene, single gene affecting multiple phenotypic expression. Such genes are called pleiotropic genes and the phenomenon is called pleiotropism. Next. Cellulose does not form blue color with iodine. When cellulose is subjected to iodine test, it will not show blue color because cellulose does not have a helical structure. Answer 1. It does not contain complex helical structure, so it could not hold iodine molecule. On the other hand, starch molecule possesses complex helical structure. Due to this helical structure, iodine is trapped in the helical structure and it gives the blue color. So answer in 125 is option A. Next, the frequency of recombination between gene pairs on same chromosome is a measure of distance between genes to map their position on chromosome was first used by. So that is distance between two linked genes are calculated. The method of calculation was first proposed by Alfred Sturtevant. It was first proposed by Alfred Sturtevant. Then question number 127. Two statements are given. The forces generated by transpiration can lift a xylem-sized column of water 130 meter. It is correct. Statement 1 is correct. Transpiration cools leaf surface to up to 10 to 15 degrees. So here both the statements are correct. Option 3, statement 1 and 2 are correct. Then micronutrient required for splitting of water molecule during photosynthesis, that is photolysis of water. It is manganese. Two elements, however, take part, manganese and chlorine, but however the option given consists of no chlorine, so it is option 3, manganese. Then the hormone promotes internode or petiole elongation in deep water submerged rice plant. Direct NCRT question, it is ethylene. Generally GA3 internode, GA3 promote internode elongation, but submerged rice plant, it is ethylene. Next is 134. The evil quartet, it refers the 4 causes of biodiversity loss, which is considered most important. The most important is habitat loss and fragmentation. Assertion reason type question. Assertion gives, in gymnosperms, pollen grains are released from the microsporangium and carried out by air currents. In gymnosperm, wind is the pollinating agent, so assertion is correct. Then reason, if you carefully read, air currents carry the pollen grains to the mouth of the archegonium where the male gametes are discharged and pollen tube is not formed. This is wrong. Pollen tube is not formed, wrong. So reason is wrong. So A is true, but R is false. A is true, but A is true, but R is false. Option 1. A is true, but R is false. Next question, that is, so here we have to identify the correct statement. 137. 137, statement A is correct. Lenticels are lens-shaped openings permitting the exchange of gases. But B is wrong. Bark formed early in the season is called soft bark. Bark is a non-technical term, so C is wrong. Bark refers to periderm and secondary phylogen, that is periderm, that is correct. Phylogen is a single layered, is wrong. It is a couple of layers. As the NCRT wording, it is a couple of layers. So answer is 4. That is A and D are correct. B, C and E are wrong. Then, so here answer 138 is a match the following. Answer is option 2. A can be matched with 2 oxidative decarboxylation. The enzyme is pyruvate dehydrogenase, that is taking part in Ling reaction. Glycolysis is EMP pathway. Oxidative phosphorylation is ETS. Tricarboxylic acid cycle, it is citrate synthase. Answer is option 2, A2, B4, C3 and D1. 139. How many different proteins does the ribosome consists of, direct NCERT question, ribosome consists of 80 different types of 80 different types of proteins. Then match the following. Question number 141, answer is 3, and 141 answer is 3. A can be matched with 2, cohesion. Adhesion can be matched with 4, attraction towards polar surface. Surface tension is 1, more attraction in liquid phase. Guttation, it is loss of water in liquid phase. A2, B4, C1, D3, answer option 3. Next, which one of the following statement is not correct? It is not correct. The not correct answer is option 4, not correct. Algal blooms are caused by excess of organic matter is wrong. Excess of nutrient rich, it is the correct one. Answer is 4. Then, so given again assertion and reason type question. Assertion, flowers are, that is, assertion is correct. Flowers are defined as modified shoot wherein shoot apical meristem changes into floral meristem. Reason also correct. Here reason is correct and reason explains the assertion. Answer is option 3. Answer is option 3. Then 144, malonate inhibit the growth of pathogenic bacteria by inhibiting the activity of succinate dehydrogenase. By activity of succinate dehydrogenase. Then again, and match the following type question. 145, answer is 1. A can be matched with 4 because it is G2, it is 1. Quiescent stage, it is C2, inactive. Quiescent stage is inactive phase. G1 phase is it is D3. Answer is 1. Which of the following combination is required for chemiosmosis? Chemiosmosis, what are required in? Answer is 3. That is membrane, proton pump, proton gradient, ATP synthase. It is given as such in NCERT, required for chemiosmosis. 147. Which of the statements are correct regarding? It is correct regarding Klinefelter's syndrome. Answer is 1. That is B is correct. Then E is also correct. Then it is A wrong, not Langdon. The affected individuals are short-statured, wrong. Physical, not psychomotor, 1, it is wrong. Answer is 1. 149. 149. Answer. So here 149 answer is 1. Iron can be matched with a 3, zinc 1, boron, it is for cell elongation at C4, molybdenum, it is the component of a nitrogenase. 150, it is which of the following function is carried out by cytoskeleton? Answer 1, motility. Motility. 157. Then which of the statement? Option A state a protein is imagined as a line. A protein is imagined as a line. The left end is represented by the first amino acid. It is not C terminal, it is wrong. Statement 2 is correct. Option statement, it is option 2. Statement 1 is false. Statement 2 is true. 164. Which of the following symbols represent marriage between relatives? Answer is 4, represented by double lines. Question number 165. Which of the following is correct? Answer is 4. Biomagnification refers to increase in concentration of toxicant in successive level. What is biomagnification? Answer is correct. 4 is correct. 165, 166. Answer is 4. Which one is not considered as the part of endomembrane system? A is not endomembrane system. C is not endomembrane system. A is not, but they are endomembrane system. Answer is 4. 167. Here 167, it is 4. That is marsupial, the group which consists of marsupial, refer NCRT. These 3 are marsupials, Australian marsupials, option 167, 4. Then 168, 2 statements are given. Statement 1 is incorrect. In prokaryotes, it is not a positively charged DNA. Statement 2 is correct. In eukaryotes, negatively charged DNA is wrapped around positively charged histone. Answer is 2. Statement 1 incorrect. Statement 2 is true. 169. Here 169. So statement electrostatic precipitator is most widely used. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. It is not ionizing radiation. So answer is 1. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. 174, 2 statements are given. Statement 3, both statements are true. RNA mutates faster. Viruses having RNA genome and shorter lifespan mutate and evolve faster. Next, 175, match the following regarding the lack opron. 177, lack opron. Answer is 4. Answer is 4. Gene A can be matched to transacetylase. Gene Y can be matched to permease. Gene I, it is repressor protein, and gene Z, it is beta galactosidase. Answer is 4. Then 178, it is option 3. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. 182 is, that is broad palm with a single palm crease, is visible in Down syndrome. It is visible in Down syndrome. Then select the correct statement in 193. Option is 4. B is correct. D is correct. Then A is wrong. Tetrad formation is not in leptotin. Terminalization takes place not in packeting. Then crossing over takes place between non-sister chromatids. So answer is 4. 194, that is two statements are given. Statement 1 is wrong because during G0 phase cell is metabolically active. 2 is correct. Centrosome undergo duplication in S phase. So answer is 2. Statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2 is correct. Then, so here coding strand is given, mRNA is given. Which one of the following sequence? If mRNA is given, coding strand will be exactly same to that of mRNA, except at places of U. At places of U, there is T. All others are correct. At places of U, there is T. Polarity is also same. So the answer is 1. Answer is 1. Polarity is a coding strand, mRNA, polarity will be same. Nitrogen base sequences are same. But instead of U in mRNA, it will be T in the coding strand. Last question, 200. That is, which one of the following is not an advantage of inbreeding? Not an advantage. That means we have to select a disadvantage. The disadvantage of inbreeding is this one. It decreases the productivity of inbred population after continuous inbreeding. That is the statement reflect inbreeding depression. The statement reflect inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression is a disadvantage of inbreeding. So this one, it decreases the productivity of inbred population after continuous inbreeding. So these questions are from botany part. I hope the question paper is simple and comfortable for you. Many of you answered almost all the questions correctly. I wish all the best. Thank you, dear, very much. Nitin, over. Kind. Sorry. 57 ചോദ്യം നമ്മുടെ കണക്കനുസരിച്ച് പോട്ടണേ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് 44, സാറിന് 25 മിനിറ്റ് മതി. 43 ഇത് 57. കുഴപ്പമില്ല കേട്ടോ, പിള്ളേര് പൂശീനോ പിടിച്ചോ. ഇത് ഇനി സാധനങ്ങളുണ്ട്. അത് അവരിൽ 7 മണിക്ക് തുടങ്ങിയല്ലോ. 4 മണിക്കൂർ തുടങ്ങില്ലേ? അല്ലെ 12 മണി നോക്കൂ. ബാറ്ററി നോക്കൂ.
ഇത്ര മാക്സ് ഇതായിട്ട് വരികയുള്ളൂ. Hello, good evening, all of you. Welcome to our session. We'll be discussing the zoology question from today's Neet question paper. There are some questions which are overlapped with the botany part. So we will discuss right from the first question, which is actually included in the botany part. The first question is question number 103. GPP. What is GPP? Is the gross primary productivity. NPP is the net primary productivity. And GPP minus R is equal to NPP. That is the correct equation. So, what is R? R is the energy that is utilized by the plants for their own uses. That is called respiratory loss. So, the answer should be first one, right? Second question. Upon exposure to UV radiation, see, after DNA, which is subjected to fragmentation and resolving, the DNA is stained with ethidium bromide. Ethidium bromide is a fluorescent dye and will show what color when exposed to UV radiations. It will be appearing as bright orange colors. So the option goes to 2. Next question. Is identify the correct statements. What are the correct statements? Detritive orbs perform fragmentation. What are detritive orbs? They are all animals that will be breaking large sized detritus into small sized ones. So that is correct. Humus is further degraded by some microbes during mineralization. That is the last stage that is occurring during decomposition. That's also correct. Water soluble inorganic nutrients go deep to the soil horizons and get precipitated, and that process called leaching. That also is a correct statement. These are all events that are occurring in detritus. Detritus food chain begin with living organisms. No, it is the dead bodies. Detritus, that is the starting point of detritus food chains. So that is wrong. Earthworms, it is a detritive ore. Break down detritus into smaller particles, and that is fragmentation. Catabolism is enzymatic breaking down. Enzymatic breaking down of complex organic material into simple ones. So here D and E are wrong. Only A, B and C are correct. So we go to the option 3. Okay. Now next question is in the gene gun method. This is a method where we are using biolistic mechanism to introduce alien DNA, foreign DNA into plant cells. Okay, the microparticles are made up of gold or tungsten because they are all inert. Even if they enter into and remain in the plant cell, that it is not interfering with the metabolism. That is why we are using such inert metals like tungsten or gold. So such metals are used. So it is option 1. See, during the purification process for recombinant DNA technology, addition of chilled ethanol. See, we are adding ethanol, chilled ethanol. Why we are all adding ethanol? To precipitate the DNA out of that solution. So, chilled ethanol will be precipitating out the DNA. This is called spooling out. Separating that precipitated DNA in the form of long filaments is called spooling out. So it is 4. Option number 4. See, next question is express sequence tags. That was the first method by which we try to sequence our human DNA. That refers to all genes whether expressed or unexpressed, that is sequence annotation. Certain important expressed genes, no, all genes that are expressed as RNA. That was the first method. So we will be taking the RNA and will be sequencing them. So all that genes that are expressed as RNA were alone taken and sequenced. That technique is called EST. We have to use another method called sequence annotation, SA method, because here only 2% of the genes will be coding for RNA. So we get information only on that 2%, 98% DNA is not sequenced by this technique. That is why we have to switch on to the SA sequence annotation method. See, all genes that are expressed as proteins, there can be a confusion. Genes are expressed as mRNA, and using that mRNA, proteins are synthesized. But we are not taking the protein. Genes that are expressed as proteins are actually genes which are all expressing as mRNA, and we are taking that mRNA, and RNA is sequenced. So, as per our NCERT book, all genes that are expressed as RNAs. That is the word correct in our NCERT book. That is why we are taking that 3 option and not the 4th one. Okay. Next question. Gauss exclusion principle. What is that Gauss exclusion principle? This states that competitive exclusion principle states that two closely related species competing for the same resource cannot coexist indefinitely, and competitively inferior one will be eliminated eventually. Based upon his experiments on paramecium, he arrived at this conclusion and formulated the exclusion principle. Okay. In general, carnivores are more adversely affected. See, this is a statement we have done in our model examination. Same wording. In general, carnivores are less affected than herbivores and plants. So, in general, carnivores are more adversely affected by competition. That is a wrong one. So, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is false. The same sentence. In general, herbivores and plants are more adversely affected by competition than carnivores. That is the correct statement. So, we have to take only one as the correct one. Statement 2 is wrong. Okay. So, we go to the option 1. See, a very simple question where we can use the technique of arriving at the right answer very simply. For example, this is a match the following question. Mutualism, where both of them are benefited. So, mutualism is one where both of them are benefited. So, you write it for. Okay. So, immediately we eliminated these two. Commensalism. Commensalism is a association where only one is benefited, the other partner is neither benefited nor affected. So, it is 1. In amensalism, one is negatively affected and the other one is getting no benefit nor any harm. So, it is minus positive for amensalism. And parasitism, only the parasite is getting benefit, the host is harmed. So, one is getting benefit, the other one is harm. So, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's the correct answer. Is that clear? Now we go to the zoology part. So these are the questions that are all from botany part. Now we go to the 151st question. The undigested and unabsorbed substances that enter into cecum, that will be having a spherical, actually a muscle, sphincter muscle. Their backflow is prevented by what? Ileocecal valve or ileocolonic ring. It is also called ileocecal valve. That is preventing the backflow of the fecal material from cecum to the jejunum and ileum to the ileum. So it is ileocecal valve. So option goes to. Again, you are having match the following question. Here, there is a clue. What is that clue? You will be having heroin. What is that heroin? Heroin is painkiller given to the patients who are subjected to surgery and other. So it is a painkiller, slow down the body functions. Actually, we are having two options. Morphine. Both of them are actually tranquilizers and sedatives. Both of them are sedatives also. Okay. So we will be taking, slow down the body functions here, because morphine is having painkiller effect, analgesic effect. So you take here heroin as 2, slowing down body functions. Marijuana. What is that marijuana? A cocaine. It is a cannabinoid product. This cannabinoid product will be having effect on cardiovascular. So that is our conclusive. B is 1, marijuana. The only one which is having an effect on cardiovascular system. So B is 1 and only one option. B is 1. So based upon that, we came to that conclusion. Cocaine. Cocaine interfere with the transportation of dopamine. Again, only one. And so morphine, that is taken as a painkiller. Okay. So heroin and morphine, both of them are obtained from opium, opioid. Okay. Still, we'll be having an option between these two. If you are having confusion based upon the second and third, you will be coming at the right answer. So it is 3. Statements. Amniocentesis for sex determination is one of the strategies of reproductive and child health care program. That is an entirely wrong one. Amniocentesis was a test for detecting genetic abnormalities, defects in the fetus, that was banned because it was abused for sex determination. When we see that the baby is a female one, people will be aborting it. Female feticide, that is why government has banned it. So amniocentesis for sex determination, that itself is wrong. Amniocentesis is not for sex determination, it is for determining the genetical defect. Ban on amniocentesis check increasing menace of female feticide. That is why government has banned, so that it will be stopping the increase of female feticide. So R is correct and A is wrong. So A is false but R is true. So you give 2. Answer is 2. This very same question we had in one of our examinations in Neet model. Vas deferens receives a duct from seminal vesicle, correct, and open to the urethra as the ejaculatory duct. That's a correct statement. Statement 2. Cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal, which along with the vaginal forms the birth canal. So, you will be having first statement correct, second statement also correct. So, in the light of the above statement, choose the correct answer. So, both statements 1 and statement 2 are correct. So, birth canal is formed by the cervical canal along with the vagina. Actually, vagina is a muscular tube along with the cervical canal forms the birth canal. So, it is correct. Answer is 3. This is regarding the ECG. See, whenever you are having this type of question, we have to go for our technique in answering or arriving at the right answer. What is that? P wave. P wave is the depolarization of atria. So, P is 3, A is 3, only one option. A is 3. So, we can immediately answer it. But wait, Q wave. Q, PQR. QRS wave is a complex. That is the beginning of the systole. Beginning of the systole of, actually what? Systole of ventricle. QRS complex. That is a wave complex that is causing depolarization of ventricle. Because of the depolarization, that heart valves are contracting, that causes the systole. So, QRS is a wave complex that causes ventricular systole, and ventricular systole is caused by the depolarization of the ventricle. Correct. And T, the last one, T is the coming back, repolarization of the ventricles. It is actually the diastole, during which diastole is occurring. So, the correct answer goes to 3. Again, you are having match the following question. Ringworm. Ringworm is the disease caused by fungi. So, here it is trichophyton. So, one should be 2. You are having 2 options. And what is filariasis causing? Filariasis is causing, which that is filariasis that is caused by Wuchereria bankrupti. Wuchereria bankrupti elephantiasis. Okay, that is correct. 3. So the difference is here. Malaria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. Very simple. Malaria caused by Plasmodium vivax. So the answer is 3. We confirmed it. And lastly, pneumonia. Pneumonia caused by Haemophilus influenzae. So answer is invariably 3. What is vital capacity? Total volume of air one can blow out after taking maximum amount of air. So, we will be sending out that extra volume of air we have taken it. It is called inspiratory reserve volume plus normal volume TB plus the additional volume of air will be sending out expiratory reserve volume. So, IRV plus TB plus ERV, that is called vital capacity. So, answer goes to 2. Now, question number 160. Which of the following statements are correct regarding female reproductive cycle? In non-primate mammals, cyclic changes during reproduction is called estrous cycle. Correct, because there is nothing to flow out. It is estrous cycle. First menstrual cycle begins at puberty. It is called menarche. It is not menopause. So it is wrong. Okay. Lack of menstruation may be an indication of pregnancy. It is not so sure. It can also occur, absence of menstruation can also occur because of so many other reasons. But generally, it may be an indication of pregnancy. Cyclic menstruation extends between menarche and menopause. Menarche is the beginning that occur when the girl becomes adult, and menopause is the last at the age of around about 50. The cyclical events come to a stop. That's called menopause. So in between these two, the cyclical event that is extending between, that is the reproductive activity. So we are having C and D along with A correct. So A, C, D are correct. B is wrong. So we go to the option 2. Again, same type of question we have done in the examinations. Peptic cells. Peptic cells are those cells which are all producing enzymes in the gastric glands, proenzyme, pepsinogen. So A is 3, and here you are lucky because only one option is there, A 3. Goblet cells are producing mucus. 1. Oxyntic cells. Oxyntic cells are responsible for HCl and intrinsic factor, Cashill's extrinsic factor, which is responsible for the absorption of vitamin B12. And hepatic cells are cells of the liver that produce the bile juice. If nothing else is known, you know, hepatic, it is present only in the liver that producing bile. So D is 2. There is only one option. So you can confirm that this is the answer. Again, match the following type of question. You will be having such questions where vasectomy. What is vasectomy? A surgical method. So it is 3. So immediately we eliminated these two. Then coitus interruptus is a natural mechanism. Now immediately we came to the answer. Cervical caps, that's a barrier method for females. And Saheli is an oral pill, weekly once oral pill. So it is oral method. Okay, oral pill, pill is oral. So it's called oral method. So that is the confirmatory answer. So go to the option 4. Again, match the following. We are having tinea. What is that tinea? Tinea is having flame cells, the excretory organs. Here we are having the excretory organ, here name of the organisms. Tinea is a flatworm which is characterized by the flame cells. So it is 3. You are very lucky here. You are having only one option where A is 3. Paramecium. It is using contractile vacuole for osmoregulation. 3. Periplaneta, cockroach. It is having uricose glands which are present along with the mushroom gland. Some of the tubules present along with the mushroom gland also act as the excretory structure, additional or accessory excretory structures. And Ferretima is having earthworm, nephridia. So even if you don't know other things, tinea will be helping you, and nephridia will be D1. So answer is confirmed. CCK, cholecystokinin, is a local hormone produced by the duodenum. This local hormone acts both in gallbladder, causing its emptying, and pancreas. When it acts on pancreas, the enzyme part, second secretion is coming out. So CCK, A should be 4. So we are having 2 options. You eliminated other 2. You eliminated these 2. Now, GIP, gastrointestinal peptide. Gastrointestinal peptide is activating. Gastrointestinal peptide is actually suppressing the gastric glands, so the secretions of HCl etc. will be stopped. It is inhibitory. ANF, atrial natriuretic factor that is produced by the atrial wall, kidney, heart. So C is 2. It is very simple. We have studied it. So C is 2. Only one option is there where C is 2. That is the confirmatory. And ADH, that is acting on kidney, responsible for absorption of most of the water, and that will be preventing diuresis. So it is acting on kidneys. So here the answer is 3. Again, assertion reason type question. Nephrons are of two types, cortical and juxtamedullary. Based upon the relative position where they are located, it is based upon that we are having these two, correct. Juxtamedullary nephron have short loops. No, they will be having a very long loop of Henle, whereas cortical nephrons will be having a very short. The juxtamedullary will be lying very close to the medulla, and their Henle's loop will be going deep into the medulla. So here the juxtamedullary nephrons have a short loop is wrong. So assertion is correct, reason is wrong. So A is true, but R is false. So you give 1. Okay. In which of the blood corpuscles the HIV undergoes replication? After entering into the body, macrophages, and then they enter into helper T cells where they undergo amplification, they undergo multiplication, replication, produce progeny viruses. By bursting the helper T cells, they come out and again they multiply. So helper T cell count is reducing, and when their count become less than 200, the symptoms of AIDS appear. Then only the man become a AIDS patient. He shows the symptom of the disease. This is a question that may be a bit confusing for you. Endometrium is necessary for implantation of blastocyst. You should have a proliferated, thickened endometrium which acts as a bed on which the blastocyst will come and get attached. So a thickened endometrium is necessary for implantation. Endometrium is normal. It is an ingredient. It is a part of our uterus. But a endometrium which is thickened, extra thick because of the proliferation of the glandular tissue is necessary for the implantation of the blastocyst. Correct. In the absence of fertilization, if no fertilization occur, corpus luteum degenerate in 1 week's time, that cause disintegration of endometrium. That extra thick endometrium is undergoing separation, and that separated endometrium causes blood vessels to break, and that blood along with that thickened extra thick endometrium will be, that is separated, will be coming out. That is the menstrual flow. Okay, that is a correct statement. Now, if both of them are correct, endometrium is necessary for implantation of blastocyst because in the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum degenerates. It is not the correct explanation. You ask, why endometrium is necessary for implantation? In the absence of fertilization, corpus luteum degenerates. It is not the correct explanation, correct answer. So both statements are true. You are having both statements that are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So we give 4. Clear? We give 4. This is with respect to the structures in the eye, and we are having fovea centralis. What is that fovea centralis? Where we are having the greatest acuity, greatest resolution, point of greatest visual acuity or resolution. So fovea centralis is the central point of the macula lutea, yellow spot, correct. So A3. A is 3, so that is the correct answer. Then you go, what is iris? Iris is the curtain visible colored portion of the eye that regulate diameter of the pupil. When the diameter of the pupil is increasing or decreasing, it acts as a diaphragm that regulate the amount of light that is entering into the eye. What is blind spot? Blind spot is called so because no vision will be caused if image is to fall on it, because there is no rod or cone. Point where optic nerves leads and eyeball and the photoreceptor cells are absent. That's why it is called blind spot. Correct. And sclera, the outermost layer, external layer of eye, which is made up of dense connective tissue that forms the white of the eye. Okay, so that is the answer 3. We are having 2 statements. These statements, 1, ligaments are dense regular tissue, not irregular. It is a typical example for dense regular tissue. So here what is given is wrong. Cartilage is a dense regular tissue. What is cartilage? Cartilage, bone and blood are specialized connective tissues. They are specialized connective tissues. So both statements are false. So you give 4. You give 4. Now we are having cartilaginous joints. Cartilaginous joint is one where 2 bones are connected together by a piece of cartilage. So it is between adjacent vertebrae in vertebral column. So A is 2. So you eliminated immediately these 2. Now ball and socket between humerus and the pectoral girdle. So 2, B is 4. So B is 4. Same, you cannot eliminate. Fibrous joint. Fibrous joints are immovable joint where flat bones are connected together by tough white fibrous tissue. So fibrous joint, it is immovable between flat skull bones. That is correct. So this is correct. You eliminated this one, so you come to the answer 4. And saddle joint between the carpal. So even if you are having any confusion between them, the saddle joint, we are having only one characteristic, typical saddle joint between carpal and metacarpal of the thumb first. Okay, that's the correct answer. Now you see that most of these questions are answered in our classes, in examination and discussion. Then again match the following. We are having a leopard and lion in a forest or in a grassland. They are all competing for the same. They are in the same level. So they are all competing for the same food. A cuckoo laying egg. It's a typical example for brood parasitism. Fungi and root of higher plants. Typical example where both of them are benefited. Mutualism or symbiosis. A cattle egret and cattle in a field. Only that egret is getting benefit, cattle is not getting any benefit. So it is typical example for commensalism. So same order, no worry. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer goes to 3. Which is not a cloning vector. A cloning vector is an agent or a vehicle. PBR is an artificial one. Bach and Yak are also artificial one which are used for Human Genome Project, whereas probe is not a vector. Probe is a molecule used for diagnosis, for detecting by counter action. A probe will be binding to a counter molecule, and by that we will be able to detect, in as is the case of auto diagnosis methods or in early diagnosis method, we are using this technique. Also, we are using probe in our DNA fingerprinting. So, probe is a molecule which is used for detecting another molecule by the complementarity, which is a radioactively one, labeled one. So, probe is not a vector here. Probe is also used in autoradiography. We are all discussing these things in autoradiography and human DNA fingerprinting. Now coming to the next question, which of the following technique does not serve the purpose of early diagnosis? See, PCR, ELISA, recombinant DNA technology are all used for early treatment, whereas serum and urine analysis, the same question we had in our NEET model examination, serum and urine analysis. It is the conventional method when we are diagnosing after the patient has become sick. Already the patient has become sick. So that is the conventional method, serum and urine analysis. Radial symmetry is not seen in adult of. See, in some phyla, the larva is having radial symmetry, adult is also having radial symmetry. Here the adult. In some others, larva is having bilateral symmetry, adult is having radial symmetry. Here, not found in adults. Radial symmetry is not found in adults. In coelenterate, it is adult is having radial symmetry. In echinodermata, adult is having radial symmetry, though their larva is bilaterally symmetrical. Ctenophores are radially symmetrical, whereas hemichordates are bilaterally symmetrical. So that is the answer. Common sexually transmitted disease that is completely curable when detected early. It is given that bacterial diseases and very few viral diseases can be treated completely if diagnosed and treated very early. Okay. So when detected early and treated, hepatitis B is a viral disease, HIV a viral disease, genital herpes viral disease, gonorrhea is a bacterial disease. Okay, so gonorrhea can be easily detected by conventional methods and are treated completely and can be completely cured. Bacterial diseases like gonorrhea, syphilis can be completely cured. So that is the answer. In cockroach excretion, it is mainly with the help of Malpighian tubules. Everybody knows. So, phallic gland. What is that phallic gland? Phallic gland is also called utriculate. No. Utriculate gland is an accessory reproductive structure which is having uricose gland. In one of the earlier questions it was given uricose glands. Okay. So, we are having uricose glands. Phallic gland is conglobate gland which produces a viscous secretion that is helping in packing sperms into spermatophores packets. So, phallic gland is not an excretory structure. Uricose gland is having, or uricose gland is present in the mushroom gland, which is correctly called utriculate gland. Nephrocytes. These are all cells which are present in the pericardium, so are called pericardial cells. Fat body, urate cells of the fat body. Urate cells, this is not in our books, NCERT book. Urate cells, but in our material it is given. Fat body is having the urate cells, which is also excretory in function. Collateral glands are female accessory reproductive structure that is producing the outer covering of the ootheca. So, what are the structures which are excretory in function? B, C and D. So B, C and D. Option goes to 186. Again, match the following. Mast cells. Where are these mast cells present? Mast cells are present in areolar connective tissue. They are abundant in areolar connective tissue. So mast cells are 2. Inner surface of bronchiole, we have ciliated epithelium. Blood is a specialized connective tissue. So, tubular part of nephron in both PCT and DCT, you are having 3. So, 2, 1, 4, 3. Answer goes to this one. PCT and DCT are having cuboidal epithelium with brush border. Okay, so that is the correct option. Match the following. We are having the logistic growth. What is that logistic growth? In logistic growth, the limited resources. In nature, resources are not aplenty. Today or tomorrow it becomes exhausted. So when resources are limited resource availability, the growth curve takes a sigmoid curve, that is called logistic pearl host pearl logistic curve. B, exponential growth, where growth is just like a J curve when the resources are unlimited. In nature, never it will be occurring. In expanding age pyramid, what is that expanding age pyramid? In expanding age pyramid, the pre-reproductive is the largest, then reproductive, and post-reproductive is the smallest. So, in expanding age pyramid, the percent individuals of pre-reproductive are large. So, pre-reproductive age is largest, followed by reproductive and post-reproductive. So, it is C is 3. Okay, and the last one, stable age pyramid, where pre-reproductive and reproductive are almost same. Percent individuals of pre-reproductive and reproductive age groups are almost same. Population has stabilized. So, the answer is 3. What are the functions that are not controlled by the thyroid hormone? Thyroid is having an important role in water and electrolyte balance, correct? Regulation of basal metabolic rate, that is the number 1 function. Rhythm of sleep wake, it is not under the control of thyroid. It is under the control of the pineal organ of the brain. Development of immune system. See, immune system is not at all controlled by thyroid and it supports the process of RBC, erythropoiesis, that's a correct one. So, C and D are not the functions. So, answer goes to 1. Select the correct statements. Muscle bundles are held together. Remember, a skeletal muscle is a bundle of bundles. Skeletal muscles or bundles are held together by collagenous connective tissue called fascia. Fascicle is that bundle. So many bundles are bundled together by a connective tissue covering. That connective tissue sheath is called fascia, not fascicle. So it is wrong. Sarcoplasmic reticulum of the muscle fiber is a storehouse of calcium. That is also correct. It forms the T system. Striated appearance of skeletal muscle fiber is due to distribution pattern of actin and myosin. It is because of the regular pattern of arrangement of thick and thin filaments that you are having a striated appearance or dark and white appearance. M line is considered as a functional unit of contraction. No, Z line, the part between two adjacent Z line is called a sarcomere. It consists of a full A band and two half I bands. That is a sarcomere, which is the functional unit of contractile unit of muscle. So D is also wrong. So the correct one is B and C. Only B and C. Okay. With reference to chordates, chordates are having presence of a mid-dorsal solid and double nerve cord. Solid is wrong and double is also wrong. We have a hollow and single. Presence of closed circulatory system. Generally, vertebrates are having. Correct. In our book, it is given. It is generally having closed. We agree that. Presence of paired pharyngeal gills. Again correct. Presence of a ventral heart. Heart is ventral. Okay. Heart is ventral. Triploblastic. That is correct. We are never pseudo-coelomate. We are all coelomate animals. Only pseudo-coelomate animal is Haskell means. So here only two are correct. B and C are correct. So answer should be 4. The unique mammalian characteristics. Hair, pinna, indirect. See, indirect development is seen in other vertebrates also, like reptiles and birds. It is not unique. Pinna, monocondylic. Our skull is dicondylic. Hairy, tympanic membrane. Tympanic membrane is present in reptiles, in birds, amphibia. Hair, correct. Pinna, external. That is correct. Only for mammals you are having pinna and mammary glands. The mammary glands is very, very important. It is unique. Okay. So hairs, pinna and mammary glands are the unique mammalian characteristics. Now, the correct statements. An excessive loss of body fluid from the body activates osmoreceptors. Osmoreceptors are activated because blood is having increased osmolality, because water is gone out of the body. We are losing more water. So osmolality of the blood increases. Excess loss of blood or excess loss of body fluid from the body activates, not switching off. It is activating. So it is a wrong one. ADH facilitate water reabsorption. Correct. It is anti-diuretic to prevent diuresis. That's why it is called ADH. ANF produced by the atrial wall of the heart causes vasodilation. That is dilating the blood vessels so that blood pressure, blood volume, blood pressure and blood pressure will be reduced. ADH causes increase in blood pressure. ADH will be causing, it is also called vasopressin. Vasopressin. It is causing constriction. That is why it is increase the blood pressure. Vasopressin. ADH is called vasopressin because it can act directly on the blood vessels, causing an increase in blood pressure. ADH is thus responsible for an increase in, not decrease. When the pressure is increasing, GFR is increasing. So this is wrong. So A and E are wrong. B, C, D are correct. So the statement correct one are 4. Option 4. Clear? Which of the following is character feature of cockroach regarding sexual dimorphism? We can easily distinguish a male and female cockroach because of styles. So, presence of style, presence of sclerite. Sclerites are chitinous plates present in dorsal side and ventral side. Both males and females are having it. Anal sacci is a sensory organ, also present in both male and female. Dark brown body color and anal sacci are present in both males and females, and presence of style. Style or caudal style is present only in males. Okay, so that is the correct answer. Part of the human brain that help in regulation of sexual behavior, expression of excitement, pleasure, rage, fear, etc. are limbic system, which is associated with the hypothalamus. So, limbic system is mainly responsible, it is having amygdala, which is responsible for rage, fear, etc. and long-term memory is also associated with that, sexual activity, behavior, etc. So, the answer goes to 3, limbic system. Brain stem is made up of midbrain, okay, and hindbrain. Corpus callosum is the band of track that will be connecting the right and left. Corpus callosum, right and left hemispheres. Okay. Corpora quadrigemina is that part of the midbrain which is consisting of 4 lobes. Superior colliculi concerned with focusing of eyes, movement of the eyes, etc., reflex actions of the eye, and minor, 2 smaller ones, younger, lower ones. So, these 2 structures are concerned with hearing reflexes. So, we are having corpora quadrigemina made up of 4 lobes, superior colliculi and inferior colliculi. And coming to the last question. Basophils are the most abundant. No, basophils are the least. They are 0.52. Same question we had, 0.5 to 1%. Most abundant is polymorpho-neutrophils. Basophils secrete histamine, serotonin and heparin, correct. Basophils are involved in inflammatory responses. Basophils have kidney-shaped nucleus. No, their nucleus will be 3-lobed, 2 to 3 lobed, almost like this. 2 to 3 lobed. Basophils are granulocytes, not agranulocytes. So, we will be having the B and C alone correct. A, D and E are wrong. So, B and C correct means 1. So, with that, we come to the conclusion of our discussion. Hope you have understood why we have selected the correct answer and why the others are wrong. Okay? And remember, almost all questions were given to you in the form of our NEET model examinations. And I wish you all good luck, and it is time for me to say goodbye. So, I am winding my message and see you again, and we will be only happy to hear from you. Thank you all. Thank you once again.